Hello everyone and welcome back to a Bitcoin update video. I'm super hyped to make this video. It's been a little while since we talked. Last time we were talking about Bitcoin consolidating in this region here. You could see that after we had finally had a daily candle close before our critical level here of $35,000, we have since back tested as resistance a couple times here. You can see in the past year we had resistance, we had support, we had resistance here, and now once again we're back testing this as resistance again. And during this consolidation period here, you see Bitcoin's been forming a bunch of lower highs and lower lows, and we have been zigzagging in this parallel channel here, which is forming a potential bull flag. And that's why in the title of the video, you can see that we're targeting potentially upwards of $50,000. And what we're doing to measure this move here is really we're just taking our baseline of when last time Bitcoin consolidated a decent chunk here, and we're going to extend and extrapolate out this whole flagpole here from the bottom of the flag pull to the top of the flagpole here. And if we take it to our tentative breakout point, which let's say it is today because this is the first daily candles we are finally seeing of bullish action potentially to close above these lines here, you can see that the move does take us upwards of $55,000 plus. Something noteworthy is this move. This is a pretty nasty wick of rejection here because honestly this was the Elon Musk tweet slash when he changed his bio to say hashtag Bitcoin. So that definitely caused a little unnecessary extra pump in Bitcoin in the short term. So right now what's critical for us is we have to watch this $35,000 resistance, and I would say in the short term we really want to hold and watch this $33,000 support, where we also again had a bunch of support and resistance down here. If we could stay above this trend line and above this support right here, Bitcoin's looking pretty healthy. We might be doing some consolidating here before we rip, or finally close above here and then rip, you know what I'm saying? Or if this is still going to be a respected level as resistance, we might come back down and test our lows. Anywhere in this region here is fair play. This is all chop. We want to just sit on the sidelines in here. If we end up closing and coming back down into this region here, then this pattern and this whole thing we just talked about 55K, that's not the pattern anymore. We're forming something else. We'll reevaluate and see what the situation presents. But if we do come back down into this region here, we're going to want to see if we hold this still as support or what else happens here. The critical level down here though is still going to be our $30,000 level here. If we break 30K, expect a quick drop all the way down even into our lower regions here of 24,000 with our old trend lines dating back all the way through October 21st of last year. And the most recent one I've added was just cloning this one more in here because the market shows a lot of symmetry. I added this one here with a couple resistance points, some support right here. Is it possible we still come down, test the support before pumping higher? Also something I'm considering. If this daily candle can close right here above $33,800, that would look very bullish. The next candle is looking to hopefully test this $35,000 region or much higher. Ideally would love to see price action up here. That's how you know Bitcoin's ready to start moving again. Taking a look at XRP, for example. XRP, you can see this is when the initial pump started happening, when the Bitcoin bull market was starting again. This was the whole SEC lawsuit thing. After the lawsuit, we had consolidation down here for some time here, which really actually was some really healthy stuff because you can see that XRP, like Bitcoin when we talked about in the past, that long-term downline trend that we were respecting. So this is the XRP one that we respected for about 900 days, just like Bitcoin. That's kind of ironic. That's funny. You know, we broke above it, back tested it as support, and then we had our rip. You know, the unprecedented slash unpredictable lawsuit that we didn't really see coming. That was this day, so you can see that, you know, little unnatural market movement, but honestly still pretty structurally sound. We ended up coming back down to test our trend line, which is our prime trend line from dating back all the way through March, which is the COVID price drop off right here. And you see we had one bounce of support here, second bounce of support right here, and this is our third bounce of support again. And you can see now we're testing currently. This is weekly resistance, but I also drew it in here back on the daily where we are closing candles below this, but we still broke out of this falling wedge here, lowering wedge here, and broke it to the upside. And until honestly XRP can close above this price level up here, which is the trend line that we're looking at, or sorry, more specifically this 50-cent level, that's the last resistance I'm looking at. You can argue that this is going to be some resistance for a little bit, and I'm cool with that too. But honestly, 50 cents slash this 80-cent region up here, that's the last thing I'm looking at for XRP as resistance, because as we've seen before in the past, when XRP likes to move, it definitely likes to move, you know what I'm saying? So I'm ready and excited about this one. I'm more of a big fan of XRP over Bitcoin personally. We could talk about future reasons like that. Maybe I'll make a video on that in the future. But definitely Ethereum's still doing some crazy stuff too. Ethereum's been really charging, really grinding. you can see that we're at its all-time high currently. So just like Bitcoin, when we were at the all-time high, let's go back to Bitcoin real quick as a friendly reminder. Just like Bitcoin, when we went to our all-time high, let's go to the weekly time frame so it's easier to see. So just like Bitcoin here on the weekly time frame, you see how when we approached our all-time high, we had some consolidation. We were holding the higher low, lower high trajectory. Once we broke above our all-time high, that's when we had a real big move. That's the massive rip. When we go to Ethereum here, similar concept. We're at our all-time high. Here's the all-time high. Here we're at. We're doing some consolidation here. And Ethereum might have a fat move to like $2,000 because if we see, we go back to a daily just to make it easier for you guys to see here. You can see I measured this move by, again, taking another consolidation period down here, measure the move from really the breakout point when it started to go rapid to the top of the pattern, and then we take our flagpole out to where it is. The breakout point potentially, I just put it here for now, and you can see that we can head up to $2,000 pretty quick. Ethereum is definitely set to outpace Bitcoin in this bull market here because it's such a small market cap in comparison and it's the biggest altcoin. But in reality, I still think this is going to be the beast as far as all returns here, XRP, with the biggest use case out there as far as being a global payment solution. But I digress. We're not going to get into that kind of stuff right now. Been a pretty excited times recently. We could look at the Bitcoin dominance chart here. You can see that recently Bitcoin, every time we've been coming up to this level here at like 70-something% of market share, Bitcoin keeps getting rejected here from the past and even back here in August of 19. So present day, we're just chilling right here actually on top of previous support and resistance as well. So honestly, if we break this level, then we can have a nice alt season. We could target as low as maybe something down here in the 50s or maybe even up here. Yeah, mid 50s, low 50s percent. And that would be a fat altcoin season. If we break down to this level, that would be pretty key. If we get a bounce from here, that's more probable at the moment. Maybe, I don't know. This is actually a pretty fat resistance wick. It depends where this depends where this candle closes. We'll see. But yeah, Bitcoin dominance, that's pretty important. We want to stay on top of that. That's how you'll know where the altcoins are headed against Bitcoin. Anything else we want to talk about here? Oh yeah, US dollar. Let's go to the dollar right here, DXY. US dollar. So the dollar's been trending in this parallel channel upwards since early 2008, since the whole financial crisis situation. And what's key about these lines though is we've been trending upwards in these lines for a while. And what's interesting is we've finally broken it, and we've definitely broken it. There's no really way to draw these trend lines in without showing that this is not breaking out of some sort of pattern here. And what's interesting is we broke around this channel, and now we've found our first support here at $90. And this support line dates back all the way to, damn, the dollar's been around for a while, guys, 1980 something. So yeah, we're finding support here right now. We could find a little bounce potentially even back up here even and have a rejection spot. If we don't bounce, we're definitely going to keep bleeding, maybe target regions down as low as like $85, which again is previous resistance / support flips all around here. But yeah, that's about it. Honestly, let's go back to the Bitcoin chart. Something that's interesting to me about Bitcoin is when we go back to this daily time frame here. What's really cool timing wise is Bitcoin right now is about, since its all-time high, we're about 23 days in. And if we go to our previous cycle in our bull market phase, from when Bitcoin reached its first local top in a parabolic trend, which was right here, all the way through when it reached it again. It did take about 40-ish days, let alone, let's see, 40-ish days, let alone 50 days until we actually cleared above it before we made new highs. And what's also noteworthy, it looks like when we did break that high, we actually even back tested it as support in the future. So something to monitor, keep on your radar in the future, or, find that first consolidation chunk that happens after it exits these pumps, so you could try to get in on these dips when Bitcoin's pumping, because you can see these uptrends are quite rocky ride, but well worth the wait and patience if you play it right. That was a fun little video to update you guys. We're going to come back and update you guys when we break above the ranges we were talking about. If we could see some price action above 35,000 and approach our 40K level, then our plan in the short term with the whole $50,000 measured move is going to play out. If we don't consolidate above 35K and we can chill in this zone, nothing's happening yet. This is all chop. Stay on the sidelines. And if we ever break below that $33,000 level, like I said, keep an eye on this 30K, let alone anything in this region here is fair game to pick up some cheaper Bitcoin for the long term. I appreciate everyone for watching as always. Feel free to hit that thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. Subscribe, hit that notification button. I'll post anytime I think there's some big thing happening in the crypto space. I'm going to get back to the car content soon. We have a nice little car show coming up here in February. Follow my Instagram, my Snapchat, and my TikTok. It's all in the description down below. Have a wonderful, prosperous day, guys. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.